The Nelson Mandela Foundation, in partnership with Ride for Hope, will be launching Mandela Month, where the 10th Remembrance Year Jersey since Madiba passed will be revealed. Ride for Hope will be riding from Avianto to Cradle of Humankind and back. The Nelson Mandela Foundation will be in Diepsloot on Madiba's birthday on the 18th of July. Our reporter Mbalenhle Mthethwa is on standby to talk to us on this. Mbalenhle, thank you for your time. So tell us more about the launch.
Well, Mqolisi, you've just missed the Riders for Hope returning from Cradle of Humankind. Of course, they started the journey as early as 7:30 this morning, and they all made it back here in Mildersdrift, really, where the official ceremony and the program is set to start. We understand that there are plans to unveil the 10th Remembrance Jersey, as well as to plant a tree in memory, really, and in remembrance of the late former president and the legacy that he has left to South Africa and for many South Africans. We do understand that there are plans today to carry out those minutes of service in Diepsloot this year on the 18th of July. I'm joined right now by the head of Mandela Day, Gushwell Brooks, who's going to give us a sense of, the significance of this event and what it is exactly it means. Come closer and just to position himself there. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. I mean, talk to us about the foundation and what it means 30 years after democracy, 10 years after the passing of late former president Nelson Mandela, as well as, following some of the allegations of, maladministration and, corruption of sorts. Talk to us.
It's a very important year for us. As you mentioned, this is the 10th year of remembrance of Madiba since his passing. And we want to use this opportunity to reignite the global significance of International Nelson Mandela Day. And the key thing that stands out for us is that we should use this, being the 1st of July, as an opportunity to launch the major plans that we have. And this Ride for Hope moment is a beautiful opportunity to reignite that excitement around Mandela Day. I think what I'd like people to focus on is the fact that Mandela Day is not just about 67 minutes about the specific day of service, is that it's really about ongoing long-term and sustainable projects and making sure that we're able to provide communities with the opportunities, with the means by which to uplift themselves, to deal with issues like poverty and inequality, which is a major focus area for the board. And the tree is being planted today because we see that climate change, food insecurity are the single largest threats that we are dealing with at this particular point in time. And this gives us an opportunity to reignite that sense of imagination, that sense of community involvement in that particular process. And that is what today is really significant for.
Certainly. I mean, I'm sure the last 30 years have not been without, some bad news here and there. And we understand that there are some allegations that did emerge earlier on, as early as 2021, regarding, corruption and funds having gone missing. What have you done to address that issue? And where is the foundation's standpoint since then?
Well, the foundation has issued a statement. Our former CEO is no longer with us. For the specifics around the allegations and the issues that were investigated by the board with an independent intermediary, the board will answer those questions, specifically the chair of the board, that being Prof. Mbalenhle. But I can assure everyone that the foundation is steaming straight ahead, doing the work that we are meant to do. All our donors, everyone else can be rest assured that funds are safe, that none of those have been in any means compromised or that anything went wrong in that particular area. We are committed to the work that we are doing, and that is specifically living up to the legacy of Madiba. And the only way that we can do that is through the action that we take as an organization.
Certainly. And how is your relationship with the Mandela family?
Well, the Nelson Mandela Foundation has always shared a very privileged position of having a good relationship with the family. In fact, we have invited them to our Mandela Day event, which you mentioned is happening on the 18th of July in Diepsloot, where we will be capacitating a beautiful community garden, planting trees in the furtherance of what it is that we are trying to achieve. And yeah, that's the position of it. Obviously, this specific foundation, the Nelson Mandela Foundation, is specifically looking at his legacy and the legacy that he left behind, the vision that he had for the world today. And the family is very much involved in that process, but we obviously take the work forward.
Now, just before I let you go, can you confirm that there was no evidence, or the investigations that were held found no evidence of, wrongdoing in terms of funds going missing?
That indeed I can confirm, but I think for the further details, it would be better to speak to Prof. Mbalenhle.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. There you have it. That is Gushwell Brooks, who is the head of Mandela Day, just giving us a sense of the programs and what they intend to do and the issues that have informed, the programs that are being outlined and that will be implemented throughout the course of the month, and as well as on the 18th of July later on this month. It's been a beautiful sight to see the Riders for Hope coming in wearing Mandela t-shirts, really all looking somewhat the same. You might have seen a few of them just riding past here. But the program is going to start any moment now, and we're going to see the planting of that tree, and we can bring you those live visuals of that. For now, though, it is back to you in studio.